So today, in the case of the plaintiff against AU Dental, as a jury, we need to look at multiple factors. On the plaintiff side, we need to see, on no matter of doubt, that the defendant had intent and caused harm in regards to releasing of her confidential information. On the defendant's side, we need to prove that they did not do any harm, they had no intent on harm, and in no fashion were they looking to compromise and or conflict with the HIPAA regulations. Today's case is about release of information through using red stickers that have actually the AIDS verbiage on them. Currently today, HIPAA requires medical practitioners and dental practitioners to utilize stickers for identification purposes, because we must remember that we have to protect the patient with regards to their condition, but we also must protect the providers of the services that are being rendered, i.e. either a nurse or a dental hygienist, for instance. Because when dealing with AIDS, you can acquire AIDS through blood, which is commonly, unfortunately, happening during dental procedures. In today's case, on the plaintiff's side, she was stating that because of the release of her information on accident to the public by the stickers saying AIDS, she was harmed. In this case, as a juror, I would actually render a verdict of not guilty. I do believe the defendant, as cited by the OCR, did violate HIPAA regulations. But in that violation, the AU Dental provided a plan of correction, instituted that plan of correction, and upon receiving documentation from the HIPAA and the OCR, they revised their regulations and policies regards to utilizing of these stickers. They went forth and then started utilizing the mandated red stickers and or stickers to identify cases as per HIPAA regulations of 2005. Secondly, I would side on the defendant's side because HIPAA has what we call a private cause of action. And in HIPAA's regulations, they do not have this, which means a private citizen cannot hold another organization liable for actions regards to this because they do not have that private cause of action. A business can do it to another business, but the private citizen cannot do it to another professional. Again, private cause of action. As I looked at the case, I did not see that AU Dental intended any harm and or was not malicious in regards to their actions. They were following company policies and procedures. They were doing what we call as due practice to the best of practice for their policies and procedures. And in law, that is where things get pretty clear. Did the dental practitioner provide best of practices to the best of their knowledge at that time. I do believe AU Dental was acting with full measure of compliance when they were doing these. The last part of this case, which I think is one of the most pivotal parts, is a written consent of information. The patient would have signed a consent to share information, and with that released their information to all parties that are needed to have this information, up to including insurance companies, other medical doctors, personnel of the AU Dental, because all individuals have some type of part to play in regards to the treatment and must also be protected on them treating the patient to ensure that they do not get contaminated with the HIV virus. So today, I would, as a juror, side with the defendant, even though there was a breach of HIPAA regulations. It was not intended, and the AU Dental was practicing to the best of their ability and knowledge while doing their practice, and did institute with urgency a plan of correction, revise regulations, policies, and formally, in looking at the case online, actually furnished an apology, formal apology to the patient that this happened to. So that is my summary of this case. I look forward to seeing the results.